And neither of them have popcorn, so
I've got Monster and a vape, so bring it on.
Well, Monster's not going to be a problem.
Monsters, we got plenty of those.
Such meta.
We're going to be continuing Arkham Horror.
Yay.
The last time we saw our characters, we got sucked into a big spacey tiny hole in the ceiling.
And everything we worked so hard for up to that point just disappeared.
Was I part of this one? Was this when so it was my fault?
No, we're not going to point blame at anybody.
But we've invited one of you back and not the other.
So
we've continued on to Dunwich.
We have.
And we've lost the Necronomicon.
That was stolen.
We've lost our professor friends.
Yeah, Dr. Armitage was kidnapped, and they've all been kidnapped. Warren Rice has been kidnapped, Francis Morgan's been kidnapped, and Henry Armitage has been kidnapped. Well and truly kidnapped.
So what you're trying to say is that everyone's been kidnapped, Dave?
Yes.
Everybody's dead, Dave.
Everybody's dead, Dave, and is being held up here in this deck.
Right.
Everybody's in that deck of cards, so we need to get that deck of cards, Dave.
Okay, Dave.
Do we want to introduce characters?
We
should probably.
We do introduce characters and what any new upgrades they've got as well. So start from the.
I'm Jenny.
Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Barnes. I'm the dilettante. I just, I was fabulously wealthy, and I thought, well, hunting monsters sounds like fun, and my sister's gone missing, so I should probably look into that.
Have you found your sister yet?
I keep finding clues, but never actually finding her.
Okay, Miss Croft. Whatever you say. No more Miss Barnes from you. My friends will call me Jenny.
I'm
Software wants their IP back.
Adaptable.
AG, why don't you... Actually, that adaptable card came in very useful when I was upgrading your deck. Because we all had to spend points to exchange cards, but you get to exchange 0 level cards for no cost.
Wow!
Yay!
That came very useful, and I was scrabbling around trying to fit all your cards in.
I'm also now permanently streetwise.
Yes.
Wow!
We'll go into the player on our right or on our left, or whichever direction this is.
We'll go to Chris.
We'll go to Chris. That one, yeah.
I am Rex Murphy, the reporter. So, if I have successful skills, I can discover clues more effectively. I have a higher education, so I'm intelligences. So when I have 5 or more cards in my hand, I can spend 1 resource to get +2 for skill tests and certain things. But unfortunately, to mirroring real life, I am indebted, and I start the game with 2 fewer resources.
But for you, that's not your worst problem. That's not the worst thing that could happen to you.
But that is how higher education works.
That is how higher education works, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am Zoe Samaras, the chef. Apparently I am a chef, but I appear to have some other extracurricular abilities as well.
She's a witch.
I can do magic.
Really?
Yes, and I also have a keen eye. I now have a keen eye. I'm hoping it's my own keen eye, not somebody else's keen eye.
Hey guys, look at this keen eye I found.
What does this thing do? This thing says spend 2 resources, you get +1 of a thing until the end of the phase.
Your keen eye either allows you to punch things better or look in books.
But you know what the best...
You're all about punching and looking in books.
I'm not about looking in books. I'm about punching and willpowering.
And we're also joined by Ashcan Pete and
his dog.
Duke.
And his dog Duke. Who is his only friend and the only reason he's useful at all, because he's not very good in a fight, but his dog is.
Alright, we must remember that someone has to play Duke, otherwise it's going to be an issue. And
he's also a scrapper.
He's learnt some fighty stuff.
He can do some fighting and he can do some running away in exchange for resources.
Yes.
Hooray!
Whereas my streetwise allows me to spend 2 resources. I get a +3 to book or a +3 to run the F away.
For a particular skill test, that's the difference between yours and mine. Yours is the bonus just for the skill test. Mine is for my entire turn.
But I get a bigger bonus.
Yeah, but that's why mine costs more, but it lasts longer.
Ooh.
We both have 2 resources.
Yes, but you get 3 for yours, and I only get 1 for mine.
I get 3, you get 1. You get 1 because it lasts for the whole of the turn. I go, quick burst to run away.
Chris, Mr. Murphy gets 1 resource for 2, but he needs 5 or more cards in his hand, so there's a restriction there.
Mm-hmm.
Which is better than what Jing Culver, the mystic over here, would have got. His is, in order to get the bonus, you have to take horror.
Oh, good. Because we like that.
Yes. That's the name of the game. Shall I do the intro with my amazing accent, which is coming up?
You do the intro, and then I'll read the first agenda.
Okay.
And then is it the first agenda, then the first act?
Yep, and then we can read the village commons. So,
cool.
Scenario 4, Blood on the Altar. When you finally reach Dunwich, after being spat out from the hole in space-time, you are greeted by Zebulon Whately and Earl Sawyer, another man from the village who met with Dr. Armitage during the incident several months ago where lots of bad stuff happened and lots of things went horribly wrong and lots of things died. Things ain't looking too good here, Earl tells you. Some folk up and went missing a few nights ago. Them whippoorwills won't shut up. Don't know what you're doing here, but last time you Arkham folk came round, it was bad news, very bad news. His eyes blink rapidly and he coughs and looks away. Look, why don't you rest for the night and look for whatever it is you're looking for tomorrow? Zebulon chimes in, putting a wrinkled hand on your shoulder. You begin to protest, but your aching muscles and weary mind won't allow you to refuse. The elderly man offers to take you in for the night and drives you to his home in the outskirts of Dunwich village. The town is dishevelled and eerie, and you find yourself wishing you hadn't come here at all. That's like, why do we come here? That's a good idea.
Space-time hole.
Yeah, but
I mean, that seemed like a very good time to nope out.
yeah, I mean, I didn't realise that not coming here was an option. Why didn't anybody tell me that? You fall asleep on the ride over and scarcely remember anything else from that night. When you awaken,
Space-time holes will do that to you.
When you awaken, you find that Zebulon's house is abandoned, and there is no sign of the elderly man or of Mr. Sawyer.
Oh, for Pete's sake, we've lost him and all.
You lost both of them. Fearing the worst, you head into the village of Dunwich to investigate, hoping to find answers. Anything else of note? We were delayed on our way to Dunwich, so we've got a doom at the start. John, do you remember our friends from the Clover Club?
The gangster ones or the gribbly monster ones?
The gangster ones.
Yes.
Do you remember they decided they had a bone to pick with us?
I do recall that they were a bit upset that we blew up their club.
Yes. Well, there's word around town that they followed us.
Damn it!
John.
Did they go through the space-time hole?
No, they drove.
Driving, still faster than space-time hole travel.
So they're about in town somewhere as well.
I'd like to point out that I didn't blow up their club. It was a gribbly, horrible monster that blew up their club.
Yeah.
We just happened to be there at the time.
I mean...
But nobody blames the gribbly monster. They blame the people.
They blame us. They blame us.
They blame the guy with the dynamite in his hand.
I only had it a little bit.
Yeah,
but that little bit left quite an impression on the club. John.
I thought dynamite never happened. I thought a spacey timey-wimey thing happened and dynamite never happened.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the dynamite then happened at, was it the museum?
Yeah, that happened. Yeah.
I know that dynamite happened at some point.
In the meantime, we have a agenda to read.
Strange disappearances. Your welcome in Dunwich has been cold. A string of disappearances have left the already aloof townfolk on edge. Most of them look at you with distrust, and few are willing to help you in your investigation. Who knows what will happen if you don't find the location of the missing townfolk soon? Everybody will be missing.
Yes.
Still.
Searching for answers. The disappearances in town may be related to the events in Arkham. You suspect that something awful is afoot. You must find where the missing townsfolk are being held in order to unveil this conspiracy. Objective: When an investigator enters the hidden chamber, advance the act.
So the hidden chamber is, of course, hidden. And it is hidden now. It wasn't hidden before, but it's hidden now.
It's hidden currently.
Yes.
It's somewhere.
The Village Commons. Who wants to read the Village Commons before I flip it? Because we should read these cards. Oh, it's this one. Yep.
Yeah. It's hard to prevent the impression of a faint, malign odor about the village street, as of the massed mold and decay of centuries.
So flip it. H.P. Lovecraft, the Dunwich Horror.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it has an action. Resign. This is suicide. You're all better off hiding out the night, so we could just leave.
Yeah, let's just fuck off.
Run.
The sparsely scattered houses where
Thanks for watching, guys. I'm sure the white comment.
where it's a surprisingly uniform aspect of age, squalor, and dilapidation. And it connects to... Doesn't connect to the church, which is interesting. Doesn't connect to the house in
The
Reeds.
circle.
So those icons at the bottom are what connect each thing.
Yeah, what it connects to. So it connects
this-
to
So we can go
this
to the
side.
schoolhouse, Osborne's General Store, or Bishop's Brook.
Yeah, what connects to the church then? The schoolhouse connects to the house in the Reeds. The house in the Reeds connects to the church.
Bishop's Brook connects to the church.
That's interesting. The church connects to the village commons, but the village commons doesn't connect to the church. How bizarre.
Secrets.
And we haven't got a triangle on here, I don't think. No, there's
Triangle is not here yet.
Okay, so
There is the Congressional Church.
Yeah.
Bishop's Brook.
No, it connects to.
Oh,
it's in the top.
It's similar to-
I see. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
the symbol on the top left
Mm.
is the location. At the bottom is where it connects to. So, who would like to go first? What character should we put in first?
Not it.
Not it.
Fine. I am going to go.
Oh wait, let's think about this. Hang on, which one of us is going to be? What do we need to do first? Investigate one of these places.
We
don't
need to find the hidden chamber.
Yes.
Which is somewhere.
Okay.
Somewhere out there.
Can we
Somewhere.
I'm going to need a quick refresher on the rules, but
Um,
need
So
to dis-
we've got 2 actions, 3 actions.
Three
How many
actions. 3 actions.
3 actions a turn. 1 action is to move.
oh, do we need to draw cards?
We need to draw 5 cards. Yes.
That's a
Well
good point.
spotted. Yep.
We should do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. I'm gonna drop this one and reshuffle that.
So I got a weakness.
Yeah. Reshuffle it and redraw and reshuffle it.
Sweet. Because I got the weakness across space and time.
Oh, I didn't
I-
shuffle.
I've got those 2 weaknesses, so I just get rid of those. Yeah.
Yeah. Shuffle. Yeah. Shuffle them off.
How do I get them back in the deck?
Just put them on top of the deck.
Oh, I've got to flip them.
Flip them, and then
Beat cop. Vicious blow. What's this one? Clarity of mind. You can mulligan as well. If you don't like your cards, you can still mulligan them. That might be useful. What's this one? You get +1 willpower.
How are you doing, Scar? By the way,
Hi, Scar. Yeah, that'll do. I'm satisfied with my.
I have popcorn.
Well, I'm not satisfied with it, but I think I'll keep it. That might be useful for something. Yeah, one I'm not sure about. I'm going to discard this one and redraw it. Oh, that's why.
so-
Why? I need to get rid of these. It's giving me 3 charges. Yeah. Just put them somewhere. Okay, shuffle. I'll take that. So, would you like me to go first? Then I take it.
I guess so.
I guess
just-
we just kind of have to wander out to the 3 places we can get to first.
I guess so. Well, my first action is going to be to pay 4 resources, and an old friend of ours has returned.
Hello. Hello, Lady M.W. Violet.
It's Steve. No, it's Steve. It's not Lady M.W. Violet. It's Steve.
Hey, Leah.
Lady
Hello.
M.W. Violet is here to say hello.
Great.
The beat cop.
The
Scarred
beat cop,
one.
Steve.
Steve the Beat Cop.
Okay, why is he called Steve? Is that just because?
That's
We
that's
had him we
in the
named
very
him
first scenario. Then he died
Oh.
horribly. So he's just been Steve ever since. My second action is going to be to move. Where do I want to go? To the schoolhouse, which says, with its crumbling rooftop and rat-infested walls, this is hardly even a house. let alone a schoolhouse. People live in this place. Osborne's general store. From the air of hush fright to Osborne's store, they know something hideous had happened. From Dunwich Horror. Bishop's Brook. One dreads to trust the tenebrous tunnel of the bridge. That's a brilliant word, that is. One dreads
Tenebrous tunnel of
the
bridge.
tenebrous tunnel of the bridge, yet there is no way to avoid it. Well, I guess I'm not going to avoid it then. Let's see what's here. If an investigator at Bishop's Brook, other investigators cannot enter Bishop's Brook. If there are no clues here... here we are. This is how we get the cards. If there are no clues here, draw the encounter card underneath Bishop's Brook. So we have to clear these clues and then get the card.
Well, technically, you have to clear those clues
Yeah,
because
that's all you.
we can't go there because you're there.
No. But
I
I can return.
You can leave, and I'm better at investigating than you are. So I don't know. Maybe we should discover what these are and then decide where to send everybody.
That sounds like a plan to me. So my third move is going to be to move to the store and see what this one is. Spend one resource. Search the top 3 cards of your item deck and shuffle and add it to your card hand. Shuffle your deck. Okay, that gives you a free card, or a card for a resource, and it's got 3 clues. I'm going to put 4 clues on that because there's 4 players.
Should this have more clues as well?
No, that's just 2 clues straight up. It's not 2.
Lady MW Violet says, "I think I prefer Chinchilla to Steve. Hello, everyone." And wait, I know that voice.
Yes, you do.
Why have we got thingies up here? These things. The resources are flying around everywhere.
Flying resources, yay!
We'll just move them up there for now. And my turn is done.
So, I mean, I'll take my turn and go up to the schoolhouse, and we can find out what happens there, and then the people that are good at investigating can do their investigating thing.
Is gaining resource an action?
Yeah, gain 1 resource is an action.
Okay.
You can also draw a card to your hand for an action as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm figuring this out. Don't worry.
Yeah, you have a plan.
Mhm.
Plan is always good. All right. So who wants to go next?
I think John's going.
Well, if I go next, I can go to the schoolhouse, find out what's happening there, and then we can use Ashcan Pete and Chris can spend his turn trying to clear up things because they're both good at investigating.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
We are.
Do a question for do I spend this turn, seeing as it's like a low chance of doom, or no chance of doom? Do I spend this turn increasing my intelligence first, or do you want to start getting clues off the board?
Do you mean off your higher education?
No.
Oh, okay, you have something else that can do it.
Yeah.
I think for this, if we do what we said, spend this turn uncovering these locations and seeing what we have to deal with.
Okay.
So I'm going to first, before I do anything, I'm going to do a very similar thing to Geoff. Yeah. I'm going to spend some resources and bring out my old friend, my Derringer.
41 Derringer. Spend 1 ammo fight. You get +2 for this attack. Nice.
Because, you know, it never hurts to have an old friend looking after you.
It never does.
And then I'm going to move up to the schoolhouse.
Flip it.
Okay. You cannot discover clues here except by investigating.
Ooh,
okay.
That's interesting because some cards allow you to gain a clue if you win a fight.
Right.
Do you want to
There is 1 clue here.
Do you want to try and clear that up straight off before you do anything else?
Well, it's a shroud of 4, and I've got everything of 3. So
you haven't got a torch or anything in your hand.
No.
Okay. Well, do you want to?
No.
Right.
I'm gonna move along. Somebody else can deal with that problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out to the house in the reeds.
House in the reeds, which says
even the locals stay away from this half-sunken hovel. So fuck it, I'm going in.
Yeah.
It needs an extra clue on that one.
After House in the Reeds is revealed, search the encounter deck for a night gaunt enemy. Spawn it in the village common. Shuffle the encounter deck.
Oh, good one, John.
Whoops.
So a night gaunt enemy.
A night gaunt.
Hunting night gaunt. And spawn it in the village commons.
Are there any less than less than haunting, is it?
So does this thing immediately attack one of us? One of these two people left behind. One of these two people here.
I reckon it should attack Ashcan Pete.
I'm going to put it to Ashcan Pete. Yeah, Ashcan Pete, you've got a friend.
Hooray!
Because he's probably better for attacking it.
But on the plus side, this has a shroud of 1.
Oh.
Okay.
On the downside,
So-
you've done your turn.
Yep.
Okay.